This story is set in a typical dystopian near future where the world is a total shithole populated by criminals, cyberpunks, and various other people who got kicked out of hell. The main player here is the hotshot district attorney who has just purchased himself a new whip. Obviously, this is a thinly disguised Chrysler 300, but in the movie it is known as the Lazarus. Really? Named after a guy who rose from the dead. In the movie world, this is known as foreshadowing. And this baby is loaded with options, even comes with that Lambo door modification, which is just an extravagant way of showing the world you like it up the ass. It seems District Attorney Buttstuff over here has taken a hard line on crime in his city, sentencing violent criminals to death by explosion. Naturally, this lands him at numero uno on the criminal underworld's shit list. Well, I guess we all know the drill. What we have here is the typical revenge plot, which is a major step back from the original movie.
You want some?
One thing that made the original work was the mystery surrounding the car. The movie never really came out and explained where the car came from or what its motivations were, but they did drop a few little hints throughout the movie to help you figure it out, which is kind of fun. The only mystery in this movie is, who exactly are we supposed to be rooting for? The guy who was murdered and came back for revenge would be the obvious first choice. Only problem there is he's killing innocent people as well as bad guys. So that leaves the dynamic duo of the investigating officer and the dead guy's girlfriend. But they don't really do anything to endear themselves to the audience either. The cop spends most of his scenes acting all macho and just waiting for an opportunity to plow the girlfriend. As for the girlfriend, when her man was still alive, he was doing his best to patch up their rocky relationship, and she was rejecting him at every turn. So after he comes back as a car and saves her life a couple of times, he identifies himself by playing their song over the radio. Very Christine-like moment and should be quite touching. But again, she wants nothing to do with him, and even cooperates with the bad guys by leading him into a trap. Now this is a new one on me. I can't remember any other movies where I thought every main character was a dick. Now, despite all the talk about this being some kind of a belated sequel to the classic 1977 film, it's not until the final act that we actually see a concentrated effort to connect the two movies.
What have we here?
The old fella who finds the wrecked Lazarus is played by Ronnie Cox, aka Deputy Piss Tank, but he's not the only familiar face to appear here.
You're gonna need a donor car. I think it's pretty killer.
There has got to be an amazing story as to how he came to be in possession of that, but since the movie's almost over, there's no time to tell it.
You just might be the baddest thing I ever saw.
Wow, man. Talk about biting the hand that feeds. By the way, you're welcome, dick. Yeah, revisiting the original movie in the final 20 minutes is too little too late. It almost seems like an afterthought, like they realized nobody was going to watch their movie unless they dangled a carrot in front of the audience.
This ends now.
They were in such a hurry they forgot about the horn. Any moron with a computer could have added that. Check it out. See, that was about as easy as getting in bed with this woman. Wait, I'll do it again. You know, I could do this all day. But I'm not gonna. You see, taking 5 minutes to dub that in, well, that just added something to this video. Just think what it could have added to the movie. You know, it's really nice that there are still some people trying to make killer car movies, but I'm sorry, I cannot call this a sequel to The Car. What this is more the cinematic equivalent of clickbait. It advertised but failed to deliver. But there are, of course, traditions that must be upheld, even if it means polluting a town's drinking water.
Piece of shit car. I got a piece of shit car. That fucking pile of shit never gets me very far.